Today's Morning First Alert Weather Show is brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law.
Alrighty, good Monday morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro here with a look at your First Alert forecast as we get this brand new work week underway. And we certainly are tracking here a bit of a breezy start to the week, a little bit cool, more so because of the wind, but overall we aren't tracking really too much activity in the forecast for today. Eventually, though, we do have some damp weather coming into the forecast for tomorrow, and then behind that, we'll actually make more of a return to the typical sort of wintry conditions again that we would normally expect for this time of year. So I will say too, for some of our ice fishers, this is actually some good news that eventually we have some cold weather on the way again. We have unfortunately lost pretty much at least most of the ice with this warm weather recently. So hopefully that's something that we can see returning to our area. But in the meantime here again, pretty breezy out there as of right now. We've had some of those wind gusts, especially earlier this morning, reaching up to about 30 miles per hour. We do expect wind gusts to be able to reach up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour for the remainder of the daytime today. So as we go throughout today, if anything, just a breezy day, but the flurries from earlier this morning, those have already come to an end as of this point. So from here we are tracking dry weather for the rest of your Monday. So if you have any plans today, maybe you're back to work today as well, certainly again somewhat easy going here in the forecast outside of the breeze. Right now we do have wind gusts that are coming in closer to about 22 miles per hour in West Branch and Houghton Lake. We have some gusts in Caro and Bad Axe at about 19 miles per hour. And then we do have wind gusts in Port Hope that are about 25 miles per hour right now. So again, a little bit breezy out there right now, but certainly not tracking any gusts that are extremely strong. They're actually about 10 miles per hour slower than they were earlier this morning. And you'll see this here in the trend for the remainder of the daytime. We do have these gusts that are just up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour, and the southwest wind is going to continue as well. We have temps at about 30 degrees currently, and then we will see highs reaching into the mid to upper 30s. Depends on where you're at for today, most definitely, but some areas like Owasso or Flint could see about 39. While we do have 36 in Saginaw, a few of our northern spots also at 36. Then we have 35 in Port Hope and Bad Axe. So I will say, again, we do have colder weather coming up here in the forecast, especially starting on Wednesday. That's going to be kind of the kickoff for a return to more typical sort of January weather again, especially with our temps. But that temperature cool down that we have on the way is actually because of the rain and snow that we have in the forecast tomorrow. So that system that moves through tomorrow, bringing this damp weather, eventually that's what's going to kick off that cooler trend in the forecast. So we especially see that on Wednesday with falling temps, and then we'll stay cold for the rest of the week and as we go into the upcoming weekend. So again, definitely more of a wintry forecast that we have coming up ahead of us here soon. We'll go ahead and take a quick break real quick, and when we come back from the break, we'll discuss some more details and that hour by hour for tomorrow with the rain and snow, and we'll take a look at that 7-day as well. So again, that's coming up right after this break. Alrighty, welcome back from that break. So looking ahead here in the forecast, we do have some cooler weather eventually on the way starting on Wednesday, and we do have some damp weather that we're tracking for tomorrow as well. A mix of both rain and snow showers in the forecast for your Tuesday. Before we get into the hour by hour too, just looking through the comments, say hi to Cherry Hetrick from Gladwin. So good morning to you. Hope that your week is off to a very nice start so far. And certainly these weather conditions are somewhat easygoing too, other than the breeze. Let's get right into the hour by hour though for tomorrow. So we have this system that'll be coming in from the west. This is going to at least result in a dry night ahead of us. It's not until about 7 or 8 in the morning that we start to see the first signs of wet weather from the system. So around Rose City and Houghton Lake, more than likely to be some of the first spots to see a couple of snow showers moving in tomorrow. This right here is now closer to about 9 in the morning tomorrow. So we have a few more snow showers picking up. Mount Pleasant, for example, I think that's a spot where you'll initially start off with a few snow showers and then eventually you have a transition over to rain showers, more than likely at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. So if you're in one of those spots like Mount Pleasant or even Midland, for example, too, if you see some snow showers in the morning, I would only expect those to last for maybe about 60 minutes or so. And then after that, you'll change over to some rain showers here. So this right here on your screen is at about noon tomorrow. We have the rain and snow pretty much directly across mid-Michigan. It moves out of here for the mid-afternoon, and then we do have some lake effect or sort of some follow-up rain and snow showers that'll be coming in starting at about 5 in the afternoon. And this will be starting off up in our northwest areas, places like Houghton Lake, for example. One of the sort of questions for tomorrow still is how much coverage of rain and snow do we see in the afternoon? So we've actually kind of unusually seen a bit of split for tomorrow's rain and snow coverage, even though we're only about 24 hours out from it now. So we usually don't see as much split as we have seen this morning in the data when we're this close to an event. So that is something that still I think remains to be seen a little bit for tomorrow, but I would count on at least some dampness tomorrow afternoon just because of the rain and snow moving through during the morning. We do have temps tomorrow that'll reach up close to 40 degrees, so it is actually going to be somewhat mild for this time of year again. With those temps tomorrow, I do think roads are going to fare pretty fine overall. Maybe just a little bit of slush initially with the snow showers, but with temps coming up above freezing pretty quickly, I really wouldn't expect much, if any, issues on the roads at all, but no doubt they'll be wet just because of the system passing by. Now here's the first alert hour by hour going towards tomorrow evening and night. We do have a few more snow showers picking up, especially in the usual lake effect spots up north. And then this pattern pretty much just continues as we go into Wednesday as well. That right there is 5 in the morning on Wednesday, and then even fast forwarding all the way to about 4 in the afternoon on Wednesday too. We pretty much just hold on to this lake effect pattern. You can even say lake enhancement because there will still be a little bit of influence from that system leaving our area even for tomorrow. But by Wednesday, it'll just be all snow showers by then, so no rain in the forecast on Wednesday. And this lake effect pattern should continue a little bit more even into Thursday. This right here on your screen, this is just a snapshot of Thursday, especially during the late morning. We have a little bit more of a northerly wind flow. If you're in the thumb, I would expect to wake up to some snow showers on Thursday, and then they could continue even going towards lunchtime and potentially the afternoon on Thursday. But I do think any of that activity there would certainly be more focused on the thumb. But the thumb is one area that can be tricky sometimes just because, especially if the wind does line up correctly, that lake effect can hang on for quite a while. So especially with the cold air that we have coming in aloft on Thursday, and thanks to the warm weather recently melting away any ice, pretty much back to open water again, so that lake effect machine should be somewhat efficient at creating snowfall on Thursday. So again, if you live in the thumb, likely you'll see some more localized snowfall there. And if the lake effect can really hold on for a long enough period of time on Thursday, possibly resulting in a couple of inches of accumulation. So if you live in the thumb, again, definitely something that I think you'll be seeing on Thursday. I'll take you over to the 7-day forecast here too, your first alert 7-day. Notice that there on Thursday, we do have that highlighted, thumb, snow showers. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something that's been kind of loosely defined right now, but we are potentially tracking another low pressure system moving through. It looks kind of vague in our data right now, but I do think there is some potential there for a little bit more of an organized snow shower chance over the weekend. So especially Saturday into Sunday, could see some scattered snow showers moving through. And with those temps in the upper 20s and even lower 20s on Sunday, we should just be seeing all snow shower activity with that as well. But you notice Wednesday, that's kind of the kickoff for where we start to see the change in these temperatures. That's as we're getting the rush of cold air on the backside of tomorrow's system. We see those temps falling throughout the day on Wednesday, so we should start off at about 34 right at sunrise on Wednesday, and then from there we'll just fall all day long, eventually into the 20s by lunch and the afternoon. 10 degrees for the low on Wednesday night, so that should be a pretty cold night. And then Thursday we have highs only reaching up to about 21 degrees. So Thursday also looking to be the coldest day of this work week, but really going into the weekend, notice how we just hold on to that similar level of temperatures. And I know the 7-day does only go out to Sunday, but the long-term trends have also been suggesting that at least into next week, we'll likely hold on to these below average temperatures too. Take a look at this map here. So this is from the Climate Prediction Center. This is their long-range temperature outlook, and this is suggesting too, I'll go ahead and turn the banner back on for you there, that temperature outlook. So notice the dates on that, January 17th to January 21st. So that does go into next week. It is still suggesting a greater chance of seeing below average temperatures. Average at this time of year is about 30 degrees, so likely holding on to the 20s as we go into much of next week too. So if you like the winter sports, if you're an ice fisher or if you snowmobile or ski, definitely some good news in the forecast going forward from here. We pretty much just have to get through the above freezing temps today and tomorrow, and then starting Wednesday we're back below freezing, and that's where we're going to stay for the foreseeable future. But in the meantime, though, again, pretty quiet for the rest of this Monday. We just have a cloudy sky for the remainder of today. What we're seeing here in Birch Run, that's a live look at I-75. It's pretty much just going to look like that for the rest of the day. Maybe a couple of peaks of sun as we go into this afternoon, but I really wouldn't expect a full clearing, say, like we had yesterday. And that was actually pretty impressive, the amount of sun that we had yesterday as well. But again, from here, pretty quiet for the rest of the day, and then we have that rain and snow, at least some scattered activity on the way for tomorrow. So coming up later today at 2 o'clock, First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips will have another live stream right here on all of these same channels. So be sure to tune into that later on today. Again, that's coming up at 2 o'clock, and she'll have another look at the hour by hour for tomorrow's rain and snow showers. But in the meantime, I hope that you have a great remainder of your Monday morning, and don't forget to tune in to Diane coming up later today at 2 o'clock.